Hello everyone, this is a Greyshot 17 to bring you another COH2 replay, brought to you by, well, I think you can guess, but I'll let you know. Sean! You were thinking Matthias. I know you were thinking Matthias, but it was Sean who submitted this replay. Thank you so much. He's also a Patreon supporter, and I want to thank Sean, along with Ace, Leo, Tim, Carter, and Nick for their support. In any capacity, if you want to submit a replay, you can do so via my Gmail, located on top of the YouTube page. You can also support me on Patreon, just like they did. But simply like and subscribe helps me a ton. Thank you guys so very much. They are versing Tony, Satium, Y, and HKK. And it's GTA, aka Napoleon Bonaparte, Fuzzy, and Matthias. So if I say GTA, I think you know who that is, or Fuzzy. Anyway, it's Land Forest. Actually, this is one of my favorite maps, because I like the variety. You got close quarters forest area, you got some nice wide open terrain, as you can see right here, and then you got some close quarters city action over here. So honestly, it's a very interesting map, and one I like, because when you play on it multiple times, just like PUBG, you get a new experience. And yes, I just got a winner chicken dinner before doing this replay, so I am super excited. That, or it's the hot salsa that I ingested. That's probably getting my adrenaline running. But in any capacity, let's see how the Allies and Axis are going to fare up. Axis already have an advantage, because we can see here Sean rushed his MG all the way over here and managed to secure the building, allowing them to make sure that the Allies have a harder time. I love these guys, by the way, running in like, guys, we'll get them. And this MG crew's like, guys, they're coming through a small corridor. We got them. Anyway, MG's opening fire, taking him out. We have a conscript squad trying to get close, but probably not going to work. I'm assuming he's going to go for the upgrade, but alas, he doesn't have the points. We have the Fortifications doctrine, and we have a British and 3 Soviet. Jesus Christ. And 2 OKW and 2 Vermont for the Axis. Right now, it looks like the Axis should control the city. Oh my god. Alright, so someone's going a little hot. Matthias rushing in, try to take this point, but with the scout car and the penal troops right there, he's going to have to fall back. Close quarters is good, and it can sometimes hold these guys back, but not with the scout car right there. Also, I hope you guys are enjoying the 4K 60. I finally was able to get that on YouTube, so I am hopeful that you guys enjoy this in 4K 60. But in any case, let's check over in the forest area. MG slowly pushing up. It looks like he took some heavy casualties. Who's in the forest? It's Fuzzy. Fuzzy, who is a OKW player, so he can fortify a little better. Though GTA looks like he's also here. Looks like he's trying to lock down this area. Okay, the barbed wire is fine. Though, typically, being completely honest, I would like barbed wiring this area on the left, kind of locking down this, and then kind of moving over right, instead of going here, because then they could flank you, kind of do a pincer maneuver from behind and really screw you up. But the Allies are just really down right now. Grenadiers from GTA moving up. Scout car coming in. I'm assuming you're getting a flamethrower. I'm making the assumption. No, you don't even have munitions for it. Jesus Christ, but the Axis do. Look at all that munitions. 63 per turn, so Fuzzy is doing pretty damn well. A lot of Stern Pioneers, so he's definitely going to try to fortify. Though with the British moving in, it's going to be some, you know, a little bit of difficulties. Mortar team's moving up, but looks like they're under fire from a mock mortar by Sean. Very nicely done. Wow, looks like Sean might have more than one mortar. Let's double check, see how many he has. I'm guessing 2. And yes, he does. Very nice, because again, you want the mortar team to help push back MG forces and also push back enemy mortar groups. Flamethrower moving in most likely would try to knock out groups that try to hide in buildings, or just get in a building and cause havoc with a flamethrower shooting out of the 2-story building. Either way, it's going to be great. Now, I would get in this part. Oh, he does. Flamethrower going out, pushing back the mortar, and I'm assuming redirect. Yep. Oh, he's on the first floor with the flamethrower. I just imagine he just opens the door and he just whoosh, and the flames just hit the guy. It's like, oh my god, how are they not all dead? Well, they're close to dying. He got a star, but needs to pull back, because as you can see, he's very, very, very close to dying. British though, HK pushing on the left, so very nice, very nicely done, or TK. Yeah, we'll call him TK, I guess. Anyway, let's continue to move on, shall we? Let's double check their ranks real quick. Almost forgot to do that. Pretty high ranks. So these guys are pretty good. And if you don't know, these guys are overall pretty good. The only one that don't know is Fuzzy. Fuzzy's actually doing pretty damn well. So, looks like the Allies are making a counterattack. Most likely going to try to push through this region, but I don't think they will. Volk squads, and we have some mines, though, with the squads moving up. That's probably going to die very quickly. Mortar team moving up, but not really a lot of defenses here, so it's going to have to pull back to get some distance. We have a Grenadier squad opening fire with an MG42. Should do wonders against all this infantry going negative cover on the bridge. But the problem it does have is the fact that it numbers. Look how many allied forces are moving in. So that could be a big issue. But the mortar team's still opening fire. Though, it will have to do something soon. Because even though they can't see it with this fence here, they will eventually come around. Wow, okay. Or they put the mine there and delay their advance while the mortar just continues to own them. That's cool. That's cool. Meanwhile, on the left-hand side, British forces moving up, and seems that GTA is going to have some issues. Why'd you not place it? I don't understand. Anyway, needs to pull back his mortar. Also, we have a bunker here. MG bunker, very nicely done, guarding the flank. But once again, forgot to guard the left flank, so he's kind of being destroyed. MG going to get annihilated. There it goes. We do have a Volk squad coming in on the flank. MG just overwhelmed. Oh, nice. Yeah, needs to fall back immediately. So this should help out pretty immensely. MG team opening fire on the Volk squad. Engineer opening fire. Should be able to burn them out. Very nice. Volk squad now at low health has to pull back. And the Allies taking a lot of casualties, but slowly advancing over on the right city. So they have the left star, and now they have the right side. Now they need to condense and take mid, and they actually could make a decent fighting force. Oh boy, we have a clown car. For those who don't know, it's a vehicle that has a flamethrower unit inside. Although we have a Panzerfaust about to hit the damn thing. Though, again, with its armor, it can take more than one hit, but still, at the very least, you have its engine crippled, so it can't just run around and kill guys on the retreat, even though I know it really wants to. For Cannon Warfare also here, so that's very nice. It can stop a further advance and also hide, so enemy troops can't see it. Lie for a little ambush. Now, let's see here. Why, I guess, is going Soviet tactics. Good idea with armor, just to keep the fuel going. And by that, I mean fuel caches, but it looks like they're doing that. Looks like they're doing just that. So, actually, enough to where they're getting close to matching the Axis. Axis actually has really no fuel caps at all. Alright, that could be a big issue. Allies pushing a little too far for their own good, but as you can see, there's actually 3 guys over here. Looks like we have the yellow, the blue, and then we have the dark blue. So, I also love this flamethrower coming in. And yeah, Grenadier squad, you may want to get out. Otherwise, it will do a ton of damage. Sean, quick on the reaction, manages to get out. Scout car moving on up. And again, Scout car can easily do a lot of damage to lighter vehicles. So we'll see how well that goes. I remember when you had to purchase the autocannon. It's like, come on, come on, come on. Buy it and get it, and you unload and destroy the enemy vehicle. Pretty much actually a lot of things. It's like you get the upgrade, and it's like, yes, like the half-track and stuff. Anyway, Panzer Shrek group gets inside, annihilates the scout car, pushes them back. Scout car providing nice support and also recon. Remember, it is a scout vehicle, so again, it can definitely provide some nice sight for your units to open fire long range and help push back the enemy. Left-hand side, though, looks like the British are kind of holding. Unfortunately, this MG is kind of an issue, but nice job with the double team over here. Managed to push them back. British falling back, but though, middle they are condensing. Why? Very simple. Even though they're pulling back here on the right, they actually kind of cemented their positions, and then the Axis in return had to kind of condense some forces and move elsewhere. So, you know. Now, nice job decommissioning that for some resources. We have, oh shoot, that fuel cache is in need of some repairs. Scout car trying to get a kill on that Penal. Penal running for his damn life. Oh boy, he got hit by an AT grenade. So, I assume one more should do it. No, he threw it. Oh, satchel, there it goes. Say goodbye. Oh, you are so you're dead. He's gonna catch up to you. I love this scout car, knowing that he's gonna get annihilated either by just the sheer firepower of the men or by the satchel charge. At this point, though, you wouldn't really want to throw a satchel because it's so close to dying. Just keep shooting. Anyway, let's see over here. We have Stern Pioneers trying to hold him back. A T-70 being deployed for Y. Let's see. The Allies have anything else? No, wait. They both went Soviet industry. So this could be a lot of armor, which is a good and bad thing. A, I don't like doubling down factions, but B, if it's a ton of T-34s, that could be a huge issue for the Axis in general. Because again, a lot of armor just swarming through. You're like, oh Jesus, where'd they get all this stuff from? Anyway, moving on the right, we have additional forces. Gonna try to capture some key points over here. Wow, okay, this building's like a sneeze away from falling over. And I mean literally, a guy inside sneezes and the entire building collapses. Trying to capture mid, but alas, not really working. Now let's see, how's this assault going to go? So they know they have a half-track over here, so that infrared will allow them to detect enemy forces. Though, again, equipped with the Brenz and the Minesweeper, they're able to get through all these defenses. There is an MG34 in this position, and looks like they are opening fire. Trying to hold them back, but there's a vigorous machine gun, so unfortunately the British have more firepower. Germans trying to hold the line via their heavy cover, but the sheer amount of firepower from the Brenz or whatnot are just overwhelming this MG. Luckily, Sturm Pioneer's coming on the flank, but alas, it's not enough. MG's in a good enough position where it can see it coming and pushes them back. So very nicely done. Overall, Fuzzy is going to be pushed back from this location. I would say the British are going to hold control. Now, the British do not have upgrades. Let's check to see if he does. Yes. So Fuzzy actually has the Panzerschreck building. Actually, nice position guarding the fuel so they can't cap it. Unfortunately, though, we can see over here, and it's, who is this? Satium advancing on the right. I do find it weird that they all went... There's a lot of penal troops, which is fine, but... whatever. Oh boy, T-30-45. So yeah, if they just have a giant T-34 army that comes up, I wouldn't be surprised by this, how this is going. Also very nice IS-2. Okay, so let's see how things go. We have Napoleon Bonaparte with the close air support. This is both great and terrible on large maps. It's great because you can hit a lot of teams and knock out a lot of armor if they're not paying attention. But because it's so large, an airstrike can take some time to hit the target, so they have a lot of time to pull out, except for the Stuka bomb strike. That can be very helpful, especially if you can drop in munitions and fuel. Although it's in the middle of the map, so this one's a little harder for munitions. But fuel is actually nicely secured with like stuff with the Panzer headquarters. So you can easily drop a bunch of fuel and help out your teammates if you're rushing for a King Tiger or if you're rushing for a Panther, something along those lines. Fuzzy hasn't picked anything yet, and he's trying to open fire, but at last these guys with the Brenz are just wiping out his Volk squads. Again, they just have the range and the firepower to really just hold them back. AT gun on standby. You have a ton of manpower, not a lot of... well, actually, no, still a decent amount of fuel. So I'm expecting a Cromwell, if I would say. If he deploys a Cromwell or a Centaur, most likely will have supremacy in the forest area. Now, on the right-hand side, Matthias and Sean, yeah, are going to be having some issues. Again, we can see here the Allies are securing this with a T-70, which is definitely going to push them back. Now, we have a nice little recon over here, so that's providing the Axis a little bit of support. Oh boy, we have a flank going on with penals, but the MG's here thanks to GTA's fortifying skills, so very nicely done. Anyway, it looks like the British are also on the retreat, again from an MG. Yes, they do. MG 42 from GTA, if I can speak correctly. I can't for some damn reason. Maybe it's because of the fact I'm thinking of G2A. I don't know why. Weren't they recently in the news for... Anyway, I'm trying to think. What were they in the news for? It was something maybe involving them trying to be legitimate, and it's just not. Or something along those lines. Anyway, it's a key seller site. Don't recommend it. I used to do a thing with them, but I don't. You can still get... The only thing I recommend for them is you can still get Ruse. It's no longer on Steam, but goddamn, I love that game. Anyway... T-70 rolling on up. Looks like the scout car. Oh boy, they haven't decommissioned it for anything. Artillery currently in that position. T-70 as well. Looks like the Allies are kind of bare, honestly. But then if you look at the Axis, they're actually still not... they don't have as many troops. So it's about even overall. British. Oh wow. Yeah, British are just coming in with reinforcements. Have a Centaur deal with the infantry. Though... they made a key mistake, and I did too. I forgot to look at the time. It's 14 minutes in the game. So, if the Axis, aka these guys, Fuzzy, were to not deploy any armor units, which he really hasn't, except for the scout car, which was, what, it's like 5 fuel, I think. No, that's half, yeah, 5 fuel. Not this one. So, what does that mean? Yeah, he's going to have nothing, absolutely nothing to hold back that Panther from just rolling up and killing the Centaur, or just rolling up in general. We have a T-34 and E-5 and Su-76, along with another one, so I could see this guy rapidly deploying a lot of Su-76s to hold the line with tank destroyers, and I see a big problem with this. If the Soviet industry gets in the full swing, and you have a ton of these, you could see a lot of Allied armor just constantly being repaired and deployed on the front, and the Axis having little to any chance against them. So we'll see how well the Allies, well, yeah, pretty much the Axis do against the Allied armor forces. Because right now the Allies are sending a lot of armor out. T-70 rolling up, and I see a demo possibly going off soon. We shall see. I'm lying in wait. Come on. Or the T-70 can just annihilate it. And free MG-42 without even the need to use the demo. Left-hand side, we have a Centaur, but the Panther's rolling up, showing the rear armor, so the Centaur's actually doing some very rare damage to it. Also, we have a satchel going out, so that Panther will not be able to chase down the Centaur because it's a damaged engine. These guys don't have Piats, I don't think. I don't see any Piats on these guys. And a nice job with the AT gun opening fire, so that damaged tank is going to fall back. We have a T-34 being healed. Most likely took some damage from the pack that GTA has on standby over here. Very nice job, by the way, with a 3-star mortar. And that should hold back a couple of forces from coming in along with the MG. Panther's going to survive this, but it's going to take some time to heal. Do you have any... How far away? Oh, okay. You have Stern Pioneers coming in. So they should be able to heal it pretty quickly. Now, a couple key things. First, let's look. Overall, 3 stars. So the Axis are currently losing. And actually, nice Katusha. You can see here one of the Soviet players, a.k.a. Y, doing a nice job on that blob of armor that... Not blob of armor. Blob of infantry that was over here from GTA in Fuzzy. Meanwhile, Matthias and Sean not doing too much better, although they have a lot of AT weapons, which is currently helping. Thank you, Matthias. Holding back the T-3045, barely surviving. It looks like both sides are managing to get the guys out in the nick of time. Oswind rolling up, but unfortunately the swarm of Su-76 is like, that's a little too much. Though the command tank's here, so Sean currently went the Fortified Armor Doctrine, which does 2 things. You can lock down armor, you get stuff that can break up a lot of armor, and also you get a command tank, which boosts defensiveness of not only armor, but infantry. So it's very nice overall. Allies, very surprised having captured this point. Again, GTA's barbed wire, so here we can run a tank through it. Oswind rolling up, and I think shot down that plane. Yeah, Su-76s, I hate to break it to you, but even though you just push those back, you need some infantry defense. I love the T-70 rolling up, like, I'll do something. Why would you fire the Katusha that close? It's like, Jesus Christ, I think there could be a problem with this situation. I don't know. Okay, nice Stuka. Almost killed your own guy, but whatever. Nope. T-70 almost killed it. Very lucky he managed to get out of there alive. He did drop Panzer Strike, so we will have to buy some more. Nothing yet, and British player has picked nothing, but still has a ton of infantry, I'm sorry, manpower, and, let's see, he's probably going to go with Churchill if I had to assume, because he wants something to maybe soak up a lot of damage over here. Though with these 2 things, a Firefly would probably be better overall. Now, a nice defensive line from the AT gun and just guys in heavy cover. Looks like they did do a lot of damage, and looks like the T-34 rammed the Panther, but they weren't able to get the kill. In mid, Conscript's trying to take mid, but Matthias coming in with his Volk squads just to own him. Unfortunately, Conscripts can't really hold up to those SG-44s. It's not the best overall. So, what do the Axis need to do? Well, the Axis actually know pretty damn well. We can see here fuel, they're beating. Munitions, they're beating. So, if you need something, you need a way to turn, you need a way to get ahead. Also, we can see here that overall army size, the Axis have a larger army. So the Allies have to go on the offensive with a smaller force to beat a larger force. It's not going well. Also, Jesus Christ, Matthias, very nice placement. Again, Pack 43, I've missed it, but remember, it can fire through obstacles. Why? It's bullshit. But anyway, fire and make sure this entire area is clear. So that way, if they move up the Su-76, it's going to have some issues. If they were smart, they would move up the penal squads and throw some demos on it while there isn't any MGs or anything that can suppress them. Now there's an Oswind, and that will cause some suppression. T-3045 trying to help, but again, I guess word from all the, what's it called, AT in the region. Looks like the penal squads unfortunately got pushed back by light infantry and armor. They need an airstrike or a flame barrage, but alas, I don't think they're going to get it. Air supremacy could be pretty damn effective right here. Oh, he's fortifying the... Oh, at least I thought he was going to fortify this thing. That way they can make sure that the Pack 43 doesn't die. Nice shot, but alas, it's still alive. T-70 rolling up, not learning that the Pack 43, now that too is still there and just lining shots up. Panzer Strike Group on standby. They are seem to... Oh, yep, they're fortifying this. Why? Most likely to make sure the infantry can't roll up and hurt the Pack. So we have an Oswind defense line by Sean, just holding up with a ton of anti-infantry. We'll see how well this goes. With the Pack 43 and everything else here, I don't think they're going to be able to penetrate. Nice mortar teams, by the way. If you can't at least knock it out the normal way, at least use mortars. But alas, we have a Stuka, which should be more than capable of knocking these guys out. Nice retreat, though. Managed to at least get one guy out, not both. Let's see. Overall, left-hand side, we have a lot of fortified stuff over here. We have mortars, bofors, etc. He did lose a centaur, which is going to suck. But he could get it. No, he doesn't have doctrine. Never mind. I thought he had the scavenge engineers. He does not. Anyway, he's probably going to be able to hold unless a lot of artillery comes down. Like, I don't know, zeroing artillery or something along those lines. Just putting it out there. Oh, boy. And, yeah. Probably their big thing would be noticing that... Oh, my God. And plus all the AA that's going to shoot down their planes coming in. So that was going to resupply them with fuel until it just crashed into their own base. So with all that AA, they're not going to bring in planes, which renders the Allied supply drop useless. And the Soviet Air Force currently screaming because no matter how many times you call in the munitions for more fuel, you're just not going to get it. He does have an Su-85 and a Katyusha, which he could use to knock out this point. They are kind of all grouped together, so once again, a large bombing strike, aka a large bombing strike, could literally tear the Axis apart. It looks like we have a fortified line provided by Sean, who's like, yeah, I'm going to fortify here. I'm going to make sure that the Allies can't penetrate. So we'll see how all that goes. I'm assuming it'll go pretty damn well, but we'll see. We shall see. Left-hand side, we have an Su-85 pushing up, most likely trying to spot a tank, such as Panzer IV. It doesn't have the long-range sight. No, it does. It does now. They spot all of this, which is kind of BS. Why you throw so much of that in one spot. Also, you instead of getting the second mortar pit, maybe get the Churchill. Just saying, or a Firefly, something. I don't know. Churchill probably better because you can take the shots while advancing. Axis, though, seem to be advancing. Forgetting about the fucking Pak-43. Sorry for my language. But seriously, it's still there. Oh, Stuka knocks out the Su-76, rendering that light armor completely useless. We have a double Brumbar provided by GTA, rolling up with his... Well, alas, the AT guns are opening fire. Nice job knocking out one of them. And zeroing artillery is now coming in. So, I'm just going to leave it here. And I'm going to put up the task manager, because you're about to literally see all this stuff go to scrap. Like, he's going to lose all this. And that's what? Let's see. 400, 800, what, 250, so 1050 plus, what, 270 for that. So, overall, about 320. Oh, this was just assault artillery on that over here. So this is, so someone would break through. Okay, Fuzzy did. They called it assault artillery and zeroing artillery. You're seeing a lot of explosions. That's from the zeroing artillery. It hits anything in the region. So since fortified units can't move, they're going to die. And here comes the last of the artillery, removing them. Armor moving up. Su-85 trying to hold. AT gun on standby to wait for it to retreat. At least I think it is trying to. I don't think you can actually see it because of the shrubs in the way. So that's a poorly placed AT gun. Probably could have helped down and killed the Panther if it was better positioned. Nice job with the AT strafe GTA. Make sure in that narrow path you could hit him. On the right hand side we have a Stug launching an assault, knocking out an Su-85. Another 76 trying to open fire on the Stug, but the Stug not backing down, opening fire. Pak-43, I'm assuming is going to change position, which it has. Make sure that they cannot advance any further. And unfortunately, with that down, they can't break up this point, though they have just enough range to hold this right-hand side. Left, this area, probably not going to happen with all the mines. So that leaves the one last area, which is going to be over here. This is the only thing they have left. And right now, HK doesn't really have a lot to back up. He could... Actually, I take it back. He probably get a Firefly and a Churchill and kind of like cause strikes and hold the forest. But I think this Soviet guy is going to focus more on the right. But they need to capture at least another star, and this one actually seems more appropriate. The bombing raid is inbound, and actually I'm very curious to see if this AA is enough to hold back the British bombers. British bombers coming from an interesting angle. AA guns opening fire. I think they knocked out the bomber. They may have knocked out two. That said, they did lose a lot. Not everything's dead, but a lot. I'm gonna say a British bomber went down. I swear one of them disappeared. So that's actually one of the first few times I've seen actually a British bomber get shot down. And now the Allies are slowly pushing up, which is actually the smart move, because again, you want to push up while the Pak-43 is decrewed. Matthias, unfortunately, too smart for them, is going to rush up and recrew that, because again, you need to make sure that it's decrewed if you want to make sure it's not effective. Anyway, with the AT gun there, it's going to keep firing through all this armor, and slowly but surely kill all of it, because again, it's a Pak-43. It's going to keep wrecking everything. He could quickly rush something over, but I don't think he's going to have the capabilities to. Pak-43 missing the shot on the Su-76. King Tiger now coming up to reinforce, brought to you by Matthias. Matthias ruining childhoods since Company of Heroes 2 was released. Now, unfortunately, these guys are going to be pushed back. Alright, probably just lives, you better. Matthias, ruining lives since UH2 was released. There we go. That's a nice fancier ring to it. Anyway, King Tiger owning this infantry, and that was pretty much all the Allied armor they threw up. Now we fire the Katyusha. Okay, well that would have been nicer, you know, a couple of seconds ago. At least you knocked out the headquarters building, and now you just have to knock out the medical. And Matthias will definitely have taken some severe losses, though he still has a lot of fuel, so we can easily get a lot of stuff back. Sean still has a lot of his armor damaged, but not out of the woods. Fuzzy, a full army, but GTA has a more armored group and a support group to back it up, more so than a full army. And then on the left hand side we have a King Tiger rolling on up. Oh boy. And a Volk squad on standby. So not terrible, actually, not terrible whatsoever for the Axis. They were able to take a full Allied charge and bombing strike and survive. Now, unfortunately, it looks like the Firefly was lost. And we have a small army. The KV is still operating. Nope, I'm sorry, that's a new one, because, yeah. Nice job shooting the buildings, but unfortunately, yeah. Don't know why you were there. Oh, that could have been an amazing shot over the buildings. Oh, come on. That was a good shot. Flamethrower unit coming in. Close range Katyusha. They're all trying to kill that Grenadier squad, but alas, nothing's working. Super close air support coming in, doing a lot of damage to those KV-2s, and I expect... Ooh! Damn! Even with everything that GTA could throw, those KV-2s are still alive. That's how thick their armor is, how much armor they have. That being said, literally this one is about to croak, and this other one is not as bad, but still pretty damn bad. Troops are trying to roll up, but the Allies have too much armor. And remember, you still have that Pak-43. Oh no, they actually killed it. Wow. Man, that would have been probably good to do before you charged up with all your armor. Just saying. Anyway, armor rolling up, and they're trying to take the left, but not working. With that, the Allies no longer have VP security, and it looks like GTA coming in for the flank. Knocking out a lot of their lighter armored units and just encircling a lot of their guys in mid. That they thought, hey, we'll hold the defensive line. Well, not really. Remember, since TH retreated from his right-hand side to be like, you know what I'm going to do, guys? It's going to be genius. I'm going to help you support mid. Also, I just realized that this point has been under Allied control, like this entire time. Anyway, so moving on. Zerg artillery coming down. He placed all his fortification in mid, which is why the Zerg artillery is coming down, knock that stuff out. But the problem with that, and this is kind of the big one, and up there, here comes GTA, is the fact that if you focus in mid, you have no one on guarding your flank, so of course they're going to come in. It's like, yeah, guys, let's focus here and overextend, and it's like, well, wait, can't we just come in on the flank and hit them? Alright, cool. So let's double check here. Overall damage, TH did most. I'm actually surprised on that. I'm assuming his AT guns were the reason for that. Yeah, 12,000 from the AT guns. His AT was actually pretty damn good. Overall, let's double check overall for the Axis. Matthias got most damage. Sean was second in both damage and kills, with Matthias also getting highest kills. Overall, not too bad KDs, although we can see here the Soviets, oh boy, they lost a lot. They lost quite a bit, but you know, Soviets have a tendency to have a negative KD, so don't hold that against them. But in any case, that's game. What did we learn? Let's see. Cover your flanks. Very important. Don't pull back from an area. If you're going to attack an area and throw everything you have, make sure the key targets are neutralized, such as Pak-43. If a key defense is still operational, or semi-operational, as in being decrewed but still able to be recrewed, make sure that that is your focus. Because if you do a massive charge and you don't have clear objectives, then you're not going to really do much. If you have clear objectives and you know what you're doing, then you can at least give an estimate like, okay, I took this area, I took this, there's their armor, let's focus here, etc. Just randomly charging with a bunch of units, it can work, but if a smart team, like as you saw, can just counter it using airstrikes and unit management and micro, then it's like, yeah, we're not busting through. So there's that. Also, don't keep retrying to fortify if you know the enemy has zeroing artillery. Fortifications will not work. But yeah, that's game. I want to thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. This has been Greyshot17, and I will see you all next time. Before this video ends, I want to once again give a shout out to special Patreon supporters Ace, Sean, Carter, Leo, Tim, and Nick. Thank you guys so much for your awesome support. You guys can support me as well by hitting that like and subscribe button. Otherwise, I'll see you all next time.